I can tell we got a problem on our hands here. And I'm excited. Look at me like a fiendish little animal. Good morning, friends. Hey, I want to start. Good morning. You know, here we are again. I'm liking this. I'm liking this spring. As you noticed, I've had a couple of videos talking about my trees. Friends, I went and looked at a tree job yesterday. We'll just do this little interjection. I always like to just touch in the morning. I want to thank folks for sharing their hill of rocks with me yesterday in my video. I asked how you folks were doing. Friends, I built this YouTube channel and this community on connection, on answering comments, shouting out subscribers, talking to you people, not just, you know, me. It was more you. Hey, how about, you know, that's just who I am as a person. It's not a gimmick. It's not nothing. It's just who I am. And you'll see that if you make your can down to Paul Bunyan this year. They just reached out to me. I had emailed Gayla a while back. It is a really busy year, friends, for me. That's why my health right now is super important to me. It always is, but I want to do so much. Anyway, we'll keep this as short as possible because we got to get into me and Hogan getting him set up on the back of the tailgate with the Ripsaw 201 with a little combo with a Walkerized muffler on the 201 from Ripsaw, which their muffler's already ported, but Hogan's used to the sound of what he's got going on, so we do a little collaboration. It's kind of fun. Stay tuned for that. Anyway, I want to thank folks truly for sharing your lives. I mean, there's some folks in there who were telling me about some treatment they were having and some radiation. Friends, we've all got I call it the hill of rocks, and we've all got it. And we come here to this place, and it's important for me to be connected to folks that come here. So when I'm talking to yous, I'm talking to yous. I seriously, I wonder how folks are doing. It's just part of me. It's part of who I am. I've always been that way. So if I'm asking you something, I mean it. Just so you know that. Mark sent me the new pretzel muffler yesterday. There's a little bit, you saw a little bit of it in the prelim there, the video behind us. Amazing muffler. I will run that saw today. I got to put a fresh grind on that. But Hogan's he's in camp. He's been there a week now. And this video is some of this video is from when just after we got the saws, and we're getting Hogan off to camp. So this is a fun little video. Friends, this m-tronic thing, okay? I didn't know there was a program you could set the saw where we show you how to do that today. Hogan knew it, I didn't. My eyes were wide open as well as yours might be. So if you want to know how to set your saw and see it actually happen and what to look for and the sound and all that, Hogan shows me right here, right now. So the Ripsaw 201s are just that. They're ripping. Hogan's been in camp now a week. I've asked him every day, how's that saw? How's that saw? How's that saw? He's like, yeah. It's running solid, idling. Those guys, this is a production setting, friends. Hogan's in a production setting, not like old Buck and Billy Ray skipping and flipping, flopping to tree here and there when he wants to. He's in it. And not a lot of people port topping saws, friends. I made my living. And my tree setup, friends, was a belt, spurs, a couple of ropes, a 200 T, and a 372. So this is 7 years ago, as you can see. If you have not seen this, friends, finally it's getting some views. This is probably one of the craziest, and I'm not saying this for any other reason than it's true. Look at the crew cab. This is the old green and white crew cab. Look what's there. Two 201 or two 200s and a 372 there, and there's one over by the stump, which is over there. Friends, when you get a little bit of time, which is 21 minutes and 51 seconds, go watch that freaking video. But there's my setup 7 years ago. One of my finest days doing tree work ever. That was my setup. I never had any mid-size saws. It was always 32-inch bar on a 72. But if I knew I had a chunk out to do, like a tree chunk out, I would bring a 24 or 28-inch bar on a 372. So I made my whole living on two saws, the 200T and a 372 and a 9.4, of course. But for the big stuff. So anyways, enough of the Ramblinskis. We know I get going. I'm feeling good. I went to the chiropractor again yesterday. My buddy, he put me on his Instagram. We should pop over and probably see the guy. It's just his personal page, but he did a little Instagram on there. I really like this fella. He's helped my wife out. He's the kind of guy that if I was driving downtown, I'm not kidding you, friends, at 2:30 in the afternoon, and I was driving one of my old trucks, arms, and I did something, I'd be like, oh, I know that sounds funny, but I'm just giving you an analogy. If I called there, he would get me in that day before closing. He would squeak me in. He's that type of a guy. He's a good guy. And friends, I got to tell you, I'm feeling good. I am feeling good. I'm feeling better. I'm on that cusp. Anyways, enough shooting. Let's get into this video. It's me and Hogan, my boy. I'm so proud of him. We play around on the tailgate, fire up this saw. I'm actually going to see, I won't say too much, but friends, if you're planning on a holiday, a family holiday this year, we're not having buck and stock this year because of bunion. I cannot do buck and stock and bunion. We're going to the Oregon coast. We're going to California to see the big trees, me and my wife, June, her birthday. Okay. We're going on a cruise to Alaska, me and my wife. It's our 25th anniversary this year. We're going on a freaking cruise. I've always wanted to go on a cruise. I love it. Never been. Yeah, friends. And that's September. The next month is freaking Bunyan. And I'm going. We're setting up at Bunyan this year. Come and see us. Enjoy this video. Nick Pixel, fire up your trailer. Friends, I'm not kidding. Here we go. Who makes them dogs? Oh, that's
Pro Safety.
Pro Safety. They're actually sweet.
Oh yeah, I like these better than the 3-point ones. They don't. I've had the 3-point ones like grab onto limbs.
Yeah.
You're cutting them off like.
Yep.
I don't know. You
So
can cut your flip line like that.
this is a Walker's 201. Donnie Walker. We're just doing a little shout out for the saw guys in our life. Donnie Walker, you all know the relationship that Donnie Walker and I and the boy, he walks into their shop. It's hilarious.
That was funny. I asked about a different muffler for these 201s, and he just ripped one off another guy's saw. He's like, oh, well, I got a couple done up right now that the guys won't be here for a bit, so I'll just pop one of theirs off and give you that one.
So what he's doing right now is he's swapping out the dogs. He's going back to camp tomorrow, and they're stemming. They're into some nice wood, which is what a fella wants, really.
It sounds like some fur too, so you can't have these little
Well, those are garbage.
little rinky-dink
They're
things.
unfortunately they're just garbage.
They're not good for nothing.
No, and actually the difference is crazy. And when you're limbing, you're not noticing it, friends. But when you
As
need
soon
to,
as you go to make a big undercut and like oversized cuts where you're cutting, you know, sometimes it could be twice your bar length.
yeah,
You're not packing big saws around. You need it.
yeah. So dogs are important in the work that Hogan's doing. So that's good. These are sweet. We got Loctite too, but that's gonna be fine.
I think it'll be fine.
It will be. So, but we're also changing. So this is a Ripsaw 201, and you guys saw the video.
I guess
And
that's just the two muffler. That's how the muffler.
It
pops
is,
off
but
right
this
there. I've
has to
never
come
done it.
off. That's the one Donnie told me that
Oh,
has to
really?
come off. Yeah, to get the muffler out.
Oh,
So just pop that off. So we're hooking up. So Donnie makes a nice muffler for the 201s. Ripsaw they do a muffler mod, but it's different than Donnie's. Just like everything's different that everybody does. So Hogan really likes the way that Donnie Walker's muffler works.
Because these aren't ported, and even like the muffler that Walker's does improves quite a bit.
But what about the
on a
toque?
stock 201.
Talk to me about the toque. That looks ported.
Little customized job.
Ganges don't. He hasn't been on the camera much, and he's did it
Do you know how it comes off? I got a screw out, but
pop the muffler off. Take the bolts on the muffler off. That tool, you see that tool he's got, friends? Show
they're
that.
pretty good. It's
freaking
just
tool.
Still a multi-tool thing. It's handy because then you don't got to carry a bunch of.
No, that is actually a
You
really
can
good
just
idea.
carry this, and you can tear the whole saw apart. So then you don't got to carry around your.
Yeah, all the
torques
bar
and
wrench.
just a bunch of. It just saves on having to carry a bunch of different tools.
No, I think it's a great idea.
It's not as ideal as having an actual like T.
No, it's
screw-on,
not.
like, you know,
But it works.
I don't have to pack those around in my bag all day.
So you got that one loose. What about the bottom one?
Now.
That's it? Oh, good.
No, it's not.
So, anyway, we're popping the muffler and we're putting Donnie Walker's muffler on Hogan's 201, and he's taking off to camp tomorrow morning. That stock one doesn't do that.
That feels quite a bit better.
There he goes.
Looks like it's it.
He's
Looks
in.
like she's in.
So Hogan has two 201s, non-ported, with muffler mods. But he really likes the sound and what it did to a stock saw. So now he's putting it in the rip saw ported 201, and he's kind of stoked. And we're gonna get some feedback in the next couple of days, eh, son?
Yeah.
So he's gonna.
Yeah, should be some.
He's gonna give us.
Size trees on this job.
There is.
Sounds like it's
Good.
Air crane wood, so should be.
Good. So now he's a power saw mechanic.
Yeah.
Because you got to be if you're a camp man.
We're getting there.
You're learning. Little dirt under the fingernails. Never hurt anybody.
Oh, pardon my swearing.
Okay, so do a back and forth snug, and then we'll fire, heat up. Friends, when you're doing any exhaust or mufflers, I don't care what anybody says, tighten it up, run the saw, get the saw hot, and then snug them back up. I'm not a power saw mechanic. I'm not, but I've played around with freaking engines for many, many years, and every time, especially power saws, if I put a pipe on it and I just go off and run it, it'll fall off. It'll loosen off. Metals heat up, contract, expand. So when you get it warm, crank it down, then it'll cool off and you'll be golden. So I think Angie's is pretty close to being. You want me to hold the pot? Oh, there you go.
I got her.
You got her smoked right up. Okay, fire.
No. Which way did this?
The clamp. That's it. Yeah.
Looks like that.
Yipper. Wonder if that's
I
it?
think it just pops right back.
That's
in there.
hilarious. Here
Well,
we
then you
were
sc-
thinking we were breaking life.
I didn't. Well, that's what I was worried about. I've never taken this.
We've
I've never really taken one of these apart before. So.
no. So, but this is all part of it. This is great. I love it. I was impressed with these saws, to be honest, when I fired them out of the box.
Yeah.
Ganges has got time on these saws. I don't. Well, that's not true.
Stock
Remember that
ones.
pine tree in freaking Indiana?
Yeah. But I mean,
That was the guitar man
once
Dan.
you get a muffler and a better set of dogs on them, it really does change.
Oh,
the
100%.
runnability of them,
Yeah. Easy.
and they do need some time on them before they.
Friends, it's so nice to have the combination for I can hands down say that a stock 201 does not compare at all to this Ripsaw 201. It just doesn't. They're night and day. And actually, I investigated Ripsaw's muffler. They hog the muffler out as well inside. Their work is just so sneaky, you can't tell. So actually, side by side, you can tell a little bit of difference in the sound from the Walker's muffler to the Ripsaw muffler. But the runability's, I think it's the same, to be honest with you. But regardless, Hogan wants that muffler on there, so he's putting it on there. But what a difference. Ripsaw, again, you guys were tooting off about this thing, and I don't have a lot of experience with the 201, but I got an alder to destroy, so we're going to test it hard.
Yeah.
Actually become nice to run. I find like the stock ones are. I hated them when I first started.
Did you hear what he said? He said he hated the 201s when he first started
I
running
was
them.
just kind of spoiled though from only ever using 200s.
That is true.
I've never used a 201 before, and they just don't have that instant throttle.
No, they don't.
Let's just fire it and then I'll file it.
Let's quickly fire it, then tighten it, bring it up to heat.
I guess I should put the cover on.
No, leave it off. It'll be better. Yeah, just let it run. Just fire. Oh yeah. So here's the 201 from Ripsaw. Little Donnie Walker Ripsaw combo. Okay, so just give him a quick snug.
Let it cool off for a sec.
Do it when it's hot, because that way the metals are softer. Just get a good. Just see if you've cranked it pretty good. You're probably good. There you go.
It's not
No.
coming loose. Quite a bit of Loctite in there.
Oh,
that one went a little further.
That's right. That's good.
I don't want it to come off.
You don't need man like
That'll do it.
Hercules. You're done. You're set.
Yeah, I'm just gonna give that.
Friends, if you own one of these 201s, watch what Hogan's doing right now. He shows how to set the m-tronic thing. It's a system I'll just let him tell you. And I think this goes for the other ones too. These ported saws are completely, totally different than the stock.
Can you explain what you just did?
Yeah, it's to reset the saw.
Because you're up elevations.
Put a new muffler on it, and yeah, we work at different elevations and stuff like that all the time. So your saw runs different, and then all you do is you flick it on choke, fire it up so it'll do the fast idle, like. So let it fast idle without touching the trigger for 30 seconds to a minute, like somewhere in between there. It has to be at least 30 seconds. And then once it fast idles, just pin the throttle and it'll kind of run like
it was doing. I had it on.
It'll be like, and it'll tune itself.
Yeah.
And then the throttle will go full for, like you just seen on the video.
Yeah, I got it on video. Yeah.
So then the throttle will go up and like scream for a second, then drop back down, and then that's once you can shut it off or just keep running it at that point.
And then you're set.
Yeah, and it just retunes the whole computer.
So, friends,
That's got in there.
I hear this stuff all the time, and this is like totally new to me, but he gets this in camp all the time. This is what they do, so that's great
We
information.
all run these saws, so.
You do, don't you? Well, it's the saw.
Yeah, it's the saw to do. Some of the guys run the Echoes, and they like it. You just got to pack a bit extra gas. These are really good on gas.
Not the 2511.
No, the bigger one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm interested to see how a ported one will affect the gas mileage, though. I might bring an extra jet out for the first day.
yeah, maybe.
I don't want to run out of gas in them. I don't think it'll affect it that much.
No, I don't think so. All your fans have been asking about you, Sonny. So
I hope everyone's doing good.
that'll be interesting, Sonny. So thanks for sharing that with us.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna go pack this in the truck.
Okay. So friends,
Mind if I take those bar covers?
he doesn't. No, you can take them both. Take them both. I don't want the bar covers.
Interesting note. I know there's interjections, but this is from 2 weeks ago or a week and a half ago. He said to me in a text, Dad, he says, this sounds crazy, but he thinks it's better on fuel than stock. This is what he said to me. I thought I experienced that on the 500, on their 500, the way they poured it. That's just what I figured. Because stock, I was surprised at how fast that ripped through fuel, that 500. It's known for it. It's one of its downfalls, the 500. But I thought it got better after porting. It was just an observation. Who knows?
I don't use him. So he don't come on the channel much more, friends. He's working. It was so neat at that time. We had people actually talk about it still to this day, that journey that me and him did with him becoming a tree guy, or you know, starting his tree journey. And there are times that will never be forgotten. And to see him doing what he's doing now, is the words aren't really available to me. I don't think you can find words for that. I can't. But lots of people ask about him, and he's doing phenomenal. He's doing phenomenal for a 23-year-old young man, finding his way, you know, in the world. So he's been accepted into camp like no one's business. Hogan is I'm his dad, right? So of course I'm going to go off about him, but it's not just me that does so. And I'm blowing smoke up his can right now because it's well deserved. Look at this. Look at those guys. Buck and Stock 2018. That was one of the first jobs that Hogan ever was on with me. That was Buck and Stock 2018. There's my dear girl there, 2020, my graduate. So my life is about my children now. And to get him to a point, I remember saying to him, boy, I just want to get you set to a point. I'm just blowing smoke up your can. For me, it was important for me to get him to a point where he could climb a tree in a backyard, hang a top, and get the wood to the ground. And because I'm old school, so I didn't have all the trinkets and that. And I showed him what I could. And we hung out on the stump for a good long time. And he, you know, from there he took it. He took it on his own, and now he's met some wonderful men in the bush, and he's in the bush. He's not doing residential tree work anymore. He's in the bush, climbing, single stemming, silviculture work, sorry friends, wind firming is the terminology. Wind firming, or spiral thinning as they call it in the city, but wind firming trees, ecological work. Integrated ops is who he works for. Integrated. And if any of the boys at Integrated are watching, my heart just pounds that you've accepted my boy into your clan there, and I'm just real proud of him. That's all. That's it. So thank you, boys. And Hogan's just making me super proud.